Hello all, welcome back to One Pitch Catch. There was a pretty interesting game, DC versus RCB a few days ago. It almost seemed like a test match the way Bhuvi and Josh Hazlewood were bowling. Like literally, there was like two or three wickets falling every over, a lot of swing and catches and slip catches and things like that. And as a result, DC, yeah, they kind of got beyond the RCB lowest ever total of 49, but it almost seemed like RCB was willing them to get there and go beyond 49 so that they could have one record for themselves. Otherwise, it is inexplicable why you would bowl Romario Shepherd when Bowie and Hazelwood still have overslip, and you have a lot of other main bowlers as well.
Can't. I mean, I thought Bhuvi and Hazelwood will bowl 4 and 4 when they
Yeah,
bowled actually 3 and 3. They should have bowled 4 and 4. I mean, probably that could have become 17 for 8 or something like that, where you still had the opportunity of not keeping that unwanted record of 49. But I think they wanted to keep it for some reason. So they let Romario Shepherd bowl, and even if that those 2 overs had gone wrong and they had just they continued at say 25 for 6, no, even then
yeah,
they could
correct.
not have gone beyond 100 with Krunal Pandya, Rasik Dar, and all these people there. I think they could have still pushed for that to break that 49 record,
Correct.
but somehow I felt it was a little negative in terms of holding back 1 over of Bhuvi and Josh, because there was nobody left there to score the
Yeah,
runs.
exactly. Yeah, when you're six down, you probably don't have too much batting left. And I'm sure, I think they brought in their
Abhishek
impact player,
Pural.
Abhishek Koral also. So
Abhishek
you
Kaur
didn't
also.
have anything else at that stage. It almost seemed to me like maybe in 2017 when that 49 all out happened, they must have said, hey, இது நம்ம மறக்க கூடாது. சரிப்பா மறக்கலப்பா இதே பண்ணுங்க. We'll let them we'll make sure they don't get past us.
So absolutely. I mean, see, that's what I was thinking. Somebody who was 8 for 6 has managed to reach 75. But these guys were 12 for 3 and still managed only
And still
49.
49. Anyway, that tells you how RCB was a while ago. This was after their major season of 2016, where Virat was scoring a lot of runs. But
Yes.
moving on, I think one of the other things that we've seen is a recent trend last week, especially around hundreds coming in losses. Like we had Sai Sudarshan, KL Rahul 150. In fact, like the second highest, I think it's probably the highest, no, second highest ever in a loss in any T20 game. And then Vaibhav Suryanshi also got 100 again. Like I think this is the second slowest T20 100 coming in 36 or 35 balls.
Very,
So that is really well.
it was so boring to watch. It was his slowest 100 in
Yeah.
IPL.
But I know,
So
but I think with this trend, I mean, what is going on, right? I mean, and what are the implications you can think of?
more than, I mean, this three losses, three people scored hundreds and lost in three consecutive games, like you said, Sai Sudarshan, Rahul, and Vaibhav. So that had the biggest impact it had was on Ruturaj. He didn't go for the
Okay.
100 when the team was
Oh,
the very next match. The team was struggling. Everybody got out. He could have
right.
taken the mantle of scoring more runs and got into 100 and probably reached only 170, 180 because the wicket was like that on
Yeah.
a day. It was a day game too that but when the previous three games the 300s were lost, so he decided not to
Seem to have
accelerate,
stayed
and
on
he
mind.
just scored at like 7 runs and over in
Yeah.
his strike rate was, and then managed a very paltry 158 and lost to GT again. So that was one thing. And the moving, I mean, CSK's tactics are still questionable. I don't know. They suddenly bring in Sarfraz as the impact player in the third over when two wickets fall. Nobody does that. Why? I mean,
What is your plan?
If you wanted Surplus, you should have been in the 11. If you are
Correct.
bringing him in
Yeah.
the third over for two down, I mean, the previous the DC game where to the 75 all out game was RCB, they brought in Abhishek Poral after they lost 5 wickets,
Yes, yes, yes.
which makes
And I think
sense.
even in a previous match when CSK was in trouble, they brought in Sarfraz as an impact player. That was when they were like five down or something like
Yes,
that.
yeah, that's what that all those things. Third over, 2 wickets down, and you bring in Sarfaraz. Then what is the point? I mean, I don't think what is. I mean, is there any strategy discussion happening in the think management at all? I mean, everybody famously says CSK team meetings are just less than a minute and all those things. That is all fine. That it's nice when you keep winning, but when you don't
Yeah,
win and
correct.
more than not winning, no, it's very. I mean, if you very blatant mistakes when you see those less than 1 minute meetings have to be extended beyond 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah, I think a less than 1 minute meeting means basically, hey, யார்ப்பா impact player நான் போறேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அப்படியே போயிட்டே இருந்தான்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Hmm.
But I think staying with CSK, like what is the deal with Dhoni, right? I mean, what are they trying to do here? Like every match, though, Poochandi Kati, it's like they are trying to bring the viewers on TV or streaming and then get some crowds to the stadium saying, "Hey, Varapora Inigi, he will play this game, he'll play next game." Like it's just becoming a joke at some point of time.
Definitely, Jaga. I mean, I think we touched upon this in one of the earlier videos, I think, Jaga, because I don't think Dhoni is fit to play for a full T20 game. I think, which is right in that is he's going to be 45 shortly, so it is okay if he's not. But I think they've just kept him for the brand value, the TRP,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
crowds, and the sponsorships, whatnot. So I am getting the feeling that I don't think probably if they still want to prove people like us wrong, they will probably play 1 or 2 games in Chennai, I think, to finish off.
Okay.
Because I don't think, I mean, I probably there were talks that he wants to win one more IPL and close. I don't think this with this team, I don't
Okay.
think he's going to win another IPL. So the
Yeah, when
only
you
chance is mid-season transfer. He can get transferred to Punjab or RCB. That's a possibility. With the
When you
CSK, is
said when you said MS Dhoni is probably not fit to play, I was thinking actually CSK is also not fit to play. So,
yeah.
but I think because
So
that mediocrity seems to be just not going away anywhere.
So, Jaga, this is little harsh coming from you that CSK is not fit to play. They are sixth in the table, Jaga.
That's there, but what we have seen, I mean, that
So,
tells you the other two teams are
which
even worse than them.
yeah, which means the other four teams where they stand is that's what it tells.
Yeah, four
That I
teams,
mean,
yeah.
that takes us to that people below CSK, LSG versus KKR game.
Oh,
Where
that was an amazing game. It's like, oh no, 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 I want to lose. No, 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 I want to lose. இல்ல, நான் தான் வந்து கேவலமா ஆடுவேன்.
So when they went to super over, they should not have gone to super over. And I mean, it
Yeah,
should. I mean, KKR should have won without going to the super over. And then LSG batting 3 balls in the super over. And
yeah,
How can you send Puran? I mean, Puran has not 7 or 8 games. He has still not got a
yeah,
100+ strike rate in any of the games that he's batted. And why do you want to send him? I mean, it's not, I mean, and it's very obvious he's struggling. He's been playing dot balls after dot
definitely.
balls.
Yeah.
I mean, for all the heat and that is generated by Punjab and Sunrisers and RR, CSK, LSG and RR are planting enough trees.
Traditional, traditional.
They're
All the dot balls.
planting enough trees to bring bring rain and greenery to the world. So in that case, why do you want to send Puran? And
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it just batted 3 balls. It's just not going to be enough. Jagat.
Yeah, it's just a bizarre selection, and obviously, when you can't even play out 6 balls in a super over, there's something seriously wrong. But I think we are going back to the impact player, and I think we saw some other examples of that also. It almost seems to me like impact players can have either you get in a player that really ends up having a positive impact or a negative impact or a neutral impact, right? We saw a bizarre case of a neutral impact player yesterday when Shardul didn't bat, bowl, or field. And this is somebody who actually had a pretty decent start to the season. And Hardik was telling him, I need you to be an MI for your rest of your career and things like that. And it's gone downhill after that. But
And
it's just, what do you think about the impact player impact?
that's a good idea. I think once the match is over, we should actually tag the impact player as positive, negative, or neutral. I mean, yesterday I was very surprised. I mean, most of the CSK impacts are negative.
Yeah, yeah.
And yesterday the neutral thing came into the picture with Shardul coming in and not bowling a single ball. I mean, I know the SRH were going berserk and they are hitting everybody. And the way Shardul has the knack and or slash luck to pick wickets, they could have tried him. Definitely, they could have tried him. And especially, like you mentioned, Hardik spoke very highly of Shardul after the first game when he picked 3 wickets. After that, he's not been coming into the 12 as an impact player also in many of the games. Suddenly, he came in yesterday, but he was not given a ball. It was very baffling to see,
Uh,
definitely. But
and,
overall,
and
the bowlers are, I mean, even the bowlers who are very scary in the international arena, like Jasprit Bumrah or Arshdeep Singh.
yeah,
People, people do a lot of planning to play out their 4 overs, Jaga. I think
Yeah,
recently, as recent as 1.5 months ago in the T20 World Cup.
yeah.
But now the way that they are being tonked around, IPL is a different ball game. It's not even. I think it's even not even different to T20 also. I think.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of being tonked around, I guess Punjab's bowling finally meant the weaknesses finally meant that they ended up losing a game. I mean, still just one game, but I think you could see that teams will try and focus on that in terms of like you can make how many ever you want, but you still need the bowling to be able to defend it. And RR did a pretty solid chase, and everybody contributed, right? I mean, even Riyan Parag, who's really not got too many runs, he also contributed. But what is it about their bowling that seems to be problematic?
No, I think overall from day one of this season, I think Punjab has been riding on their batting might. Everybody's, I mean, Prab Simran, Priyansh, Connolly,
Prayers.
Shreyas of course, and then Shashank in a couple of games. When Nehal Vadera, I mean, though he's not as in this level, but he also scores runs. So they've been kind of masking their bowling inadequacies, I
Mhm.
think. So because they've been giving a lot of, I think 4 or 5 200s they have conceded, Jacob.
Yes,
So
definitely. Yeah, yeah.
with that means which is this was going to happen any day. Probably it is good that it happened this early for them instead of happening in the playoffs or when it comes to the
Possible. Yeah.
knockout games. So I think I'm sure Ponting and Shreyas will have to fix that. But I don't know how they are going to fix it because the bowlers, whoever they select, I mean, Arshdeep going for a lot of runs
Yeah.
is something that they didn't factor in. They wouldn't have factored in, I think. And they brought in Ferguson for Bartlett. I
Yes.
mean, suddenly Bartlett looked a great bowler when Ferguson was bowling.
Correct.
So that's that. So it is didn't. It's just now. I'm sure they will have a lot of thinking to do on their bowling front. I hoping the batting stays as is. Even at one stage, I felt Rajasthan could bottle up this chase because it was
Yeah.
12 runs per over was required of the last 6 overs, but they managed
Correct.
to get it in almost 2 hours to spare. They got it.
Yeah, and it's pretty good going by them, and kind of takes us to and we touched upon this game, the SRH Mumbai game yesterday, where Shardul basically didn't have an impact. But again, going back to how MI batted, they basically lost their way in the second half of the innings, and they were probably thinking whatever they scored was a pretty good total, and then SRH comes and just takes it away from there, and like and there was some drama, right? I think Abhishek and Travis Head and Ishan, I think all of them fell within the span of like maybe a couple of overs, but then Klaasen and Nitish Reddy first batted well, and then Salil Arora comes out of nowhere. It's his first IPL, and he's hitting no look sixes of Jasprit Bumrah.
Yeah, I mean, I think yesterday was a much more impactful innings from him. But I think he's been scoring a couple of sixes. I mean, coming down the order and scoring big sixes. I've been watching. But it's good. I mean, yesterday he did a no-look six of Jasprit Bumrah, right?
Yeah,
So unheard of. So it was good. I mean, I think their batting and their bowling was their biggest concern for SRH. That has come together
yeah, yeah,
with Hinge, Hussain, and
yeah.
Ishan Malinga. And Ishan Malinga
Yes,
is a
yes.
very, very important cog in their bowling wheel.
Correct.
And of course, Cummins coming back has also bolstered the bowling attack. So I think SRH is also looking pretty scary the way that they are going on. So at this point of time, so the top four teams like Punjab, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Rajasthan Royals looks like they should. I mean, it's just halfway, almost slightly
Correct.
more than
Yeah.
halfway. Looks like they four should go to the playoffs unless somebody
Yeah.
watches up big
It's
time.
something good. Yeah, something would really need to change for the other six teams, and you can kind of write off a couple of those teams at this stage itself. Anyway, so today's match is GT versus RCB. So one is like in the top of the table, the others kind of in the second
Right.
half. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll come back again in a few days' time. Until then, thanks a lot. Please do keep watching, subscribing, leave us your comments, and bye.
Right.